Why don't you play more of a standard style? Yeah, well, I tried that before. But if I play safe or standard, my win rate drops off. So I'm just going to do what works, and I'm going to stick with my extreme aggro style.
저그 BJ 중 외모 순위를 항상 이 저그 선수들이 올라오면 이 질문이 좀 공통적으로 올라오는 것 같은데 역시 좀 드려볼게요.
원래는
So people are asking,
김연아 선수가 제일
who's the most
잘생겼다고.
handsome
근데 실제로
Zerg these days?
그 이재동 선수를 봤는데 빛이 나더라고요.
아 근데
진짜로.
김정우 선수는
When I look at JD in person, I'd say he's a sharp-looking guy.
김정우 선수는 가장 미치고요. 그 위에 제가
He
있다고
says, what
보시면
about
돼요.
effort? He says,
그
no,
위에
he's
한두열 선수가
mid-tier.
계시는군요. 네, 한두열 선수의 서열 정리
I think
확실하게
effort might even take
들어봤습니다.
bottom rank. I'll be happy right in the middle. Is Ware's response. Over to Snow.
비교해도 손색이 없는지 어느 부분에서 또 윤찬희 선수가 좀 비슷한지.
So a lot of fans are saying Mung likes to eat or have drinks before he plays. And then he plays best when he's full. What do you have to say about that? And he says, I would say,
배고플 때 게임
mechanically, I'm
잘
similar to
먹어서
Flash.
게임을 하는 게 아니라 배고프면 배고프다는 생각 때문에 게임이 안 돼요.
And I say, when I'm hungry,
그런 게
I only focus on my stomach. If I have an empty stomach, I can't focus on my game, so I need to be at the right level.
그런 것들이 이제 밥 먹으면 좀
And when I
터져서
look at
그런
really good
별명이
Terrans,
나오지 않았나.
they're really good at micro and mechanical stuff.
반드시 좀 배가 부른 상태여야 될 것 같은데 오늘 경기를
I
앞두고
think making my stomach full is
오셨나요?
important to
오늘은
pull
안
out those
먹었어요.
mechanical
이 친구들
plays.
제가 오늘 싹 먹을 거거든요.
So did you eat a good meal before we came down here? He says, no, I actually haven't eaten that much.
자, 과연 오늘 윤찬희 선수가 좀
But I don't need to have any food in me to defeat those three. This guy is way funnier than the other pro gamers we have. By the way.
CJ팀 식구였던 한두열 선수와
He says they're my bait. I'm going to eat them up.
어떤 동료로 기억하고 계신지.
그나마 만만했죠 둘이.
So, in pro gamer life, there are two players who are in the same teams.
이 둘은 좀 약간
And
저보다는
that's Ware and Snow.
한층 위에 있는 클래스였어요. 제가 2군이었으면 여기 친구들은 이제 1.5군 정도. 하지만 만만했죠. 그래서 오늘
So actually, we were pro gamers. They were higher tiered than me.
경쟁을 해보진 못했거든요.
네네.
오늘 한번 그 예전
I put myself in a tier below. He was a B teamer, and they were in between. That's what they were referencing. B, yeah, I think you're right.
기가 막혀하는
Anyways,
표정으로 보고 계셨는데 이
I think
답변에
now we
대해서
can
좀
really
뭐라고
find out who's the better player.
드릴게요.
현역 때는
What is your take on that, Snow?
같이 있지도 못했었죠.
아,
그래도
겸상도 안 했다.
He
네.
can't even talk to us.
근데 그래도 이제 또
In the old pro gamer days.
쪽으로는 또 편해가지고
네네.
좋았었어요.
But outside of the games,
일단 마무리를 하도록
we were pretty good
하겠고요.
friends.
계속해서 장윤철 선수께 질문을 드릴 텐데.
But yeah, we were totally different class. He couldn't even talk. He couldn't even talk to us back then.
유명하다고. 한두열 선수 맞나요? 아 맞아요.
So a lot of fans now.
근데
I guess he's known for not changing his clothes often.
같은 게 한 4-5개 있어가지고.
Well, actually,
제가 실례가 안 된다면 이 자리에서 잠깐 채취를.
I've got the same clothes. They're all the same.
안 돼.
That doesn't mean I don't change.
진짜 냄새 나요, 얘.
아니 제가 실례가 안 된다면 네.
And Monk says no, he's smelly. All right, let me get a smell.
아니죠.
냄새가.
And the verdict is
여기서 준 거니까 냄새 안 나요.
No, that he's not smelling.
났어요, 오늘 왔는데.
All right, that was close. I was worried for him back there.
오늘은 혹시 뭐 안 씻어야 경기가 잘 풀리는 뭐 징크스 같은 게 따로 있으신가요?
아니요 그런 건 아닌데 이제.
Do you have any curses or any
열심히 하다 보면
superstitions? I guess is what I'm trying to say. Before the matches, like you have to wear the right clothes before you play. No, not really, because I stream a lot.
워낙 일에 열중하니까
And then
생겼던 오해다.
I just go to bed after the stream ends.
혹시나 16강에
So
올라가게 된다면
that's
제가
just a
그때도
misunderstanding
한번
when people
채취를
are assuming I'm not changing that often.
네, 다소
So if you're making the round of 16,
재밌게 답변해주신 4명의 선수들
I will test
감사드리고요.
you
오늘
again.
멋진 경기 기대하겠습니다. 감사합니다.
All right, thank you everybody.
자,
And that does it. We're going to start the show for real.
So,
that was a fun interview. I have to say, having Mong up there actually makes it really exciting. He's great at the banter.
All the other interviews so far have sucked, and this one was good, purely on the strength of Mong.
That's right. We're going to take a very tiny little break. When we come back, we're going to start up the ASL. Tell your friends to join us here at Africa TV.
Could only happen if we were evil. Smoke pirouettes and defeated and tell the kids goodbye. Goodbye. This feels like a tough tomorrow. When you left me hollow. I'm in the upside down. Oh, I'm in the upside down. With ghosts all around. I think I'm falling, I'm falling, I'm falling.
TV presents ASL Season 5.
Welcome back to another day here at the ASL. We've got another great group match coming up here. We just wrapped up the player interviews, and now we are starting the actual show.
Yes. A nice
That's how I
summary
opened the
once
show.
Again. That was really fantastic.
I'm like, so this is the beginning of the show.
Yeah.
It's going to really pick up now.
Mong, very fun in those interviews. Definitely
He's
brought
hilarious.
some life to it. Definitely a popular streamer, one of the biggest out of the Brood War guys. Today's a really good group. This is a fantastic group. It's hard to say how it's going to go. Where previously has been unexciting to watch, but he's in good shape. He even said in the interview he feels like he has an advantage on Sparkle against Last, which we'll get into a lot once we get into that game because there's so much downtime. But look, these are our groups. Here's today, then we have Sunday and Tuesday, and then we'll be done this round of 24. And all these groups are really nice. Can we get another Terran out there tonight?
Let's hope so. I think if there were two Terrans who could advance, it would be these two, but Snow is pretty good at PvT. He's one of my favorite players, actually, to watch. Ware's a pretty wild guy as well. There's other various factors here, too. Last, we just discovered, actually, during that pre-show that he's opened up a small business with his girlfriend, which obviously took a lot of his time.
Yeah, selling macaroons. I wonder whose idea that was.
That was definitely Last's idea, and his girlfriend is just going along with it.
He's a big macaroon guy,
He's
no
a big
doubt.
fan of macaroons. And, of course, you know that Mong, he's on an empty stomach. He says he plays best.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah.
He's a funny guy, man.
He's hilarious, man.
I love how he wears red Crocs. It's 4 degrees in
How is
Seoul.
he? Yeah, he comes out of the studio
he's
in
in
shorts.
shorts.
What is going on?
He runs hot, you can tell.
Yeah.
Some people run hot. It's just the way it is.
So, after this, we only have 2 more groups left.
Really
before
great
we're past
groups,
the round of 24. That's right.
That
Fantastic.
last group is actually really exciting the more I look at it.
Yeah.
Can't wait to see Jaedong play.
So, as you can see, Last had a lot of success in previous ASLs, and it's been dipping down further and further. How's he going to perform here? I don't know. Last is also unique in the sense that he's considerably younger than a lot of the other pro gamers. He's like the most recent generation of StarCraft 1 Gosus.
Yeah, and he was quite a good StarCraft 2 pro for a little bit there as
That's
well.
right.
So, I mean, thing is, he's basically his actual skill level that he can play at is the second best Terran in the world, but he hasn't really been doing this offline. It's, you know, he's kind of been failing since everyone got back in shape.
Yeah.
And it's sad, but we've seen it before, and we'll see if he can ever come out of it and be a tournament-winning player, because his skill level is of the level that he could win ASL if he plays like he does in practice. So, I mean, I'm hoping that Last brings it tonight. I really want to see it.
So this is the song Last has elected to have play before.
Cool.
He goes into this big match. There's a lot on the line here, really, for Last, and kind of the state of how we're going to be evaluating the trajectory of a lot of StarCraft players in the future, because this guy is our new best. As amongst all the young players.
Oh, yeah, okay.
He
I was like, what does he have to do with Best? Best is still
excuse
playing
me.
Tasteless.
I see. And sometimes
Protoss
these ideas
Tasteless.
can be misleading with how we're trying to talk about them. But, you know, someone like Last, who's super young, I'm curious to see how far he can go. How long can he stay consistently on the top? Some of the players that we have in the ASL you haven't heard of much, or they were very active, but they weren't on TV as much in the older days of StarCraft 1. Now, you also have dinosaurs who are killing it here right now.
Yeah.
Flash is a perfectly good example. Flash has basically always been out there.
And then we even have a Trilobite in the last group in Busan.
That's right.
This guy is by far the oldest
He is
pro
the
here.
The fact that he's in the ASL is
Twice
crazy.
now. That's so sick.
Yeah. Well,
it's
it goes
so
to show
sick.
you. It gives someone like me hope, Artosis.
No, I can
he's right.
If Busan can do it, and you're a Protoss too.
That's what
you
I
don't
want
see
to
any
hear.
old-ass Terrans in here, that's a fact.
That's right. They're all too good at casting. We have to make sure they're where they are now. We haven't really talked about it that much, but we're going to be on the map Sparkle. This is our attempt to
Так, я здесь.
island maps here in Starline.
Ребята,
This is exciting.
только кофе завариваю, сейчас надо будет отойти ненадолго. За кофе мне.
I don't know how a TBZ looks on this. I know that Last did not have a history of playing on island maps just due to his age.
Yep.
So let's see what he comes up with. I got some player Ware who's known for being aggressive, who's known for being crazy.
Yeah. I'm excited about this, like how this will end up going. Last plays pretty well on Sparkle, but I've been talking about this a little bit more. It seemed like when the map first came out, it was obviously Zerg's having the harder time. But the more games I've seen, the more I'm feeling like this is actually going to be a Zergones Terran map, and I'm not married to this opinion, but like I could be proven wrong, and that's fine. But I think it's actually going to turn out that Zergs are beating Terrans here. It's just like there's this issue of killing the Zerg. It's like hard to kill a Zerg on an island map where your Marines can maraud around.
Right.
But here it's very tough to the point where I've seen a lot of games at this point where.
Здоров, Мэйл. Здорово всем, пацаны. Короче, ребят, сейчас первого старика посмотрим немножечко. Сейчас я приду, погодите, кофе сниму. Так, а у меня здесь, секундочку.
I think this is our first island map cross spawns that we've got to cast. Is that correct?
It might be.
I think it is.
Actually, Light's game was cross spawns. He was bottom left and Zerg was top right.
Oh, no, you're right. You're right. But in TBZ on this map, that's actually, cross spawns is quite interesting because, like you were saying, a lot of times Terran can't get that many islands.
Yeah.
Where exactly does Terran want to expand on this map? A lot of times, let's say you have both players sharing the bottom. Well, then they're naturally going to be expanding up, right?
Sure,
and then it could be a race on who could try to get control of the upper edges of the map. But on a map like this, there's a lot of different locations you have to scout for and be ready for a lot of different angles that you can be attacked into from.
Yeah. I want to talk for a moment because, right, everyone watching this probably knows Sparkle pretty well by now. Brood Warriors pretty hardcore fans overall, but there's 3 gases for Zerg, 2 gases for Terran because of that funny setup on the gas that's underneath the structure. But I want to talk about some of the reasoning.
Так, все, отлично, ребята. Что-то тут уже начинается, я смотрю. Можно, думаю, запись проставить даже. Так, ставлю запись, чтобы выложить. Опа.